guys, what's up? It's Melissa Pingle with Intervestment Yoga. Welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing a intermediate flow. All I need from you today is your blocks and your mat. So go get those comfy clothes on and get ready to get your blood flowing. Let's begin in child's pose. Bringing your hands forward, your knees to the outside edges of the mat. Reaching forward, placing your forehead on the mat. And begin breathing intentionally in through your nose and out through your nose. Maybe giving yourself a little massage on the forehead. Pushing your seat back toward your feet. Bringing yourself into focus on what we're about to do now. On your next breath, bring yourself up to tabletop position. We're going to engage the core right away. So let's do a half dog, meaning so take your toes and bring your knees, hovering them above the mat, pressing in through your hands, pushing through your back, holding your core tight, and come down, tap the tops of the feet. And let's do that again. Checking in on the core, pulling the core towards your back, towards your spine, pressing through the hands, and back down. Breathe in and out. And then tuck your toes and we'll come up to our first downward dog. Making an inverted V with your body. Head between your hands, releasing your head to gravity. Maybe shake it yes, maybe no. Opening up the jaw. Just noticing how you feel in this first down dog. And from here, let's come to that plank position. So come straight forward, back is straight, core is pulled in tight, pressing the mat away, pressing into the feet, kind of getting a full body stretch here. And push back up to down dog. Move your feet if you need to adjust them. Sometimes you have to adjust them out like me. Taking your tailbone towards the sky. And come back to that plank position. Holding it, checking your form. And let's slowly bring ourselves down to the mat. Head down, hands alongside your body, chin on the mat. We'll push up for a baby cobra. Just warming up the spine here, pressing into the tops of the feet. And bring yourself back down. One more time, cobra. If you'd like to, you can bring your hands up, covering them. And bring yourself back down. Press into your hands, bring yourself back to that downward facing dog. And to continue to warm up those abs, we're going to do a couple downward dog crunches. So bring your right leg into the sky and bring it forward to your chest. Hold. Back up. We'll do 3 on each side. Bring it in. Hold. Up. And one more time. In. Up. And place that down. Take a breath. Take your left leg to the sky. And in. Feeling it in your core as you pull your tummy towards your spine. 2. And 3. Hold. 1, 2. Send it back up. and down. And let's give our arms a little rest and do a child's pose again. Checking in on that breathing. Let out a couple sighs as you're warming up here. Or if you want to maintain the heat, continue to breathe in and out of your nose as that mimics cardiovascular. All right, let's bring ourselves back up to tabletop position. And bring ourselves to half dog, tucking the toes under, seat up, pressing into the back. And down, tap the feet. And half dog again. Pulling that belly button towards that spine, pressing through the hands, and down. And we'll go up to that downward dog again. And here, let's pedal up the feet. Begin noticing if your down dog feels any different. Maybe step your feet out wider than you normally do. And from here, we're going to come down to plank. Check in on the arms, pressing your mat away. Back is flat. And press back up. And plank again. And back up. And we're going to do those crunches, but we're going to bring your right leg up and you're going to go to the outside elbow. 1, 2, 3. And let's switch. Up. And 1, 2, and 3. Back to down dog, and let's come down to child's pose. That was a lot of work on your arms. You can bring your arms back if you like. Or forward. This is always an option to take your hands over your head to stretch out your shoulders a little bit. All right, come up to a tabletop position when you're ready. So from tabletop position, let's send ourselves back up into down dog and focus on the pose first. Pressing into the hands, head is dropped, releasing your head to gravity. Your heels are coming towards the mat, pressing your thigh bones to the back of the wall, seat bones towards the sky. And adjust your stance if you need a little bit more space. And pedal out those feet. Pressing, stretching those calves. And then let's do 3 calf raises here. 1, 2, really engaging them. And down. Now look to the top of your mat. Jump or step forward or forward fold. You want a little bit more stretch in your hamstrings. Bring your feet a little further apart. Bringing your body over your legs. Knees can be bent. Head releases to gravity. Hands can be down, or you can reach opposite elbow and sway side to side, whatever feels good for you today. Then bring yourself to some stillness. Really focusing on releasing that back, letting it melt off the back, any tension you have. Release the hands and begin to bring yourself up to mountain pose, 1 vertebrae at a time, reaching the arms overhead. And coming down to center. Bring your hands up again and fold forward. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine, looking forward, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back. Let's go through your flow, so high to low push-up, pushing through, upward facing dog, and down dog. Let's do that again. Look to the top of your mat, jump or step forward, forward fold, halfway lift, plant the hands. Let's do chaturanga again. High plank, you can come down on your knees. Low plank, come all the way down to the mat. Push yourself up to cobra or up dog, and meet me in down dog. We'll go through that one more time through the flows, the chaturanga, high to low push-up, or the modified version through cobra and upward facing dog. Then always meet in down dog or child's pose. Look to the top of your mat, jump or step forward, exhale, forward fold, inhale, half lift, exhale, bring yourself down and then up to mountain, hands to heart center. Here, I invite you to set an intention for the practice, or think of something that you're thankful for. It could be your job, it could be your family, it could be your health. There's so many things to be grateful for. Plant one of those seeds in your head and try to carry that with you through the practice today. All right, release the hands, reaching them up and over. Swan dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, send yourself back, go through your flow, high to low plank or high to modified. Push up to cobra or upward facing dog, and down dog. Again, it's always going to be your option, and you can skip the whole thing anytime you want. Go right into child's pose. This is your practice, and I'm just your guide. Let's pedal out the feet, feeling as the body's warming up. Look to the top of your mat, jump or step forward, forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, bring yourself up through mountains and into chair position. So you'll bring your seat back, hands can be at heart center or above, whichever is more comfortable on your shoulders. Feet can be hip width apart or closer together if you want to challenge more balance and strength. Hands wherever they are, and breathe here. Look down, make sure you can see your toes. Chair is a hard position, but it is awesome for tons of reasons. It's strengthening the whole body, bringing your focus in. Continue to breathe. One more round. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands. Go back through your flow. High to low plank. Through cobra or up dog. And down dog. Nice work. Let's take 3 breaths here. Making sure we're connecting with the breath. Our breath is our only way to advance in yoga. One more breath. Bring your right leg into the sky. Step it through with core strength and control. Bring yourself up to warrior 1. Hips are towards the front of the space. Arms are up towards where the corner of the ceiling meets the wall. Front knee is tracking towards your outside toe. And open to warrior 2. Back foot comes 90 degrees. Front knees forward, hips are to the side, arms are straight above. Gaze is over the front middle finger. And let's take our shoulders up and down. Do shoulder shrugs. Get those shoulders to melt down off of our back. releasing any tension. Extended side angles next. Bring your right arm to your right knee. Left arm comes over, opening up this rib cage, looking towards that top hand if that's available, or towards your bottom foot. And we'll reverse the warrior, bringing your left hand down your left thigh, right arm over, keeping the integrity of the stance below. Breathe. And bring your hands down to the mat. Step back, go through your flow, and meet me in down dog. We'll do 3 breaths here. Again, breathing through your nose and out your nose if you want to maintain heat or continue to build heat. And breathing out your mouth if you want to let go of some of that heat. Let's bring our left leg into the sky. Step it through for warrior 1. Arms reaching towards the corner of the wall where it meets the ceiling. Front knee is tracking towards the outside. Back foot is 45 degrees or less. Hips are towards the front of the space. And open to warrior 2. Front knee is strong, pressing also into that back leg, equalizing the weight. Arms are straight out from you. Gaze is over the middle front finger. Feel the power. Long inhalation, reverse your warrior. And release it down to the mat. Go through your chaturanga. And meet me in down dog. Whew. I'm going to go through that again. 1 breath per movement. I'll cue less and we'll move more. Look to the top of your mat. Jump or step forward. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Bring yourself up through mountain and into chair pose. Look down, make sure you can see those feet. Why don't we do a couple calf raises here? Just engaging those feet that carry us everywhere, every day. Feeling that in our thighs, squeezing those together. And exhale. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands, step back, go through your flow. Skip it all together or meet me in downward facing dog. All right. 1 breath per movement. Right leg high. Step it through. Warrior 1. Inhale, open warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Long inhalation, reverse your warrior. Exhale your hands to the mat. Step back, go through your flow. And meet me in down dog. And when you're ready, left leg high, step it through for your warrior 1. Arms are overhead or at heart center. Open up, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. And let's go into a child's pose. Just slowing our breath down just a little bit. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Let's bring ourselves up to tabletop position. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And let's do some cat-cows. So on an inhale, drop your belly and bring your gaze to the sky, seat bones to the sky as well. On an exhale, press the mat away, arching your back up, looking towards your navel. On an inhale, look up, bring your seat bones up, your belly down. And exhale. Giving yourself any movement here that feels good. You need to move yourself side to side. Working, open some hips, anything that you need. Just listen to your body. We're just waking up the spine, neutralizing it. And when you're ready, meet me in down dog. Now notice how this down dog may feel a little bit different than when you first started. You might feel looser, you can bend further, your hamstrings are awakening up. Alright, from here we're going to do that plank again, coming to plank, holding that core, checking to make sure you're pushing the mat away, not slumping into the shoulders. Back up to down dog. And plank. And down dog. One more time. Plank to down dog. Alright, let's come down. I'm working your shoulders a lot, I know. Reach those arms forward, child's pose. Maybe take your arms up over your head. Come back up to tabletop. Let's neutralize the spine. Cat and cow at your pace. And then do your sassy pose. Look at your hip, one hip and the other. Check yourself out. Tuck the toes under. Send your hips high to down dog. Look to the top of your mat. Jump or step forward. Forward fold. Grab underneath your feet and pull your shoulders. Give yourself a little shoulder stretch here. It's kind of like a modified gorilla. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Back should be flat. Arms are up. And then take your hands behind you. Stretch them. And bring yourself to as much of a forward fold as you can. You can use your legs as to hold your body. Or you can just stay up like this if that's enough stretch for you. Whatever is good. I just want to open up those shoulders for you. And come back to forward fold. Bringing yourself up to mountain. And sit into that chair position again. Wiggle your toes. Hands to heart center here. And we're just going to do a couple twists. So continue to breathe. And on an exhale, bring your left shoulder towards your right knee. And you don't have to bring it or hook it there. You can just bring it towards there. Trying to bring your right elbow to stack it over. Just getting some twisting in here. On an inhale. Exhale. Bring yourself to middle. And on an inhale, bring yourself up a little bit. On an exhale, twist. Just a couple breaths here. Just twisting out any stress you may have. Twists are very good for you. They're not very easy. And bring yourself to center. And forward fold. You're welcome. Halfway lift. And after all that shoulder work, bring yourself down on your seat. So bring yourself to a seated position, feet flat on the mat. And bring your hands behind your thighs here. And we're just going to work on the core a little bit. doing some C-shape warm-ups. So what I want you to do is look forward and begin to bring your body into a C shape, bringing your navel towards your spine, just feeling a C shape being created, and bring yourself back up to seated. And let's do that again. Continuing to breathe here, making that C, and bring yourself back up. And now I'd like you to focus on your legs, zipping them up, tightening them, maybe opening the feet just a little bit to bring your heels together to get a little bit more engagement. Let's do that C shape again, bringing yourself back. If you want a little bit more, you can release your hands and bring yourself up. It's a small movement, but it's extremely good for the pelvic floor to engage those muscles, especially for women. And let's bring ourselves all the way back on our back slowly, releasing the head down, and bring the feet in so that they're on the floor. And I want us to focus a little bit. This is a little bit more Pilates than yoga, but I want to just introduce it into this video. So bring your back so that it's flat on the mat, kind of pressing it, but using the abs to flatten it out. So if you're doing the anterior tilt of your pelvis, you'd have a lot of space here. If you're doing a posterior, it would be curved up, and that's too much. You kind of want to be in a neutral position here. So no space here. And bring your hands behind your head firmly. And we're going to do crisscrosses. So you're going to bring your right elbow towards your left knee slowly. And you're going to use your core to bring yourself up, keeping that space non-existent under your back. And be sure you're moving from your obliques, not pulling on your head. These are really slow motions because slow is really important to make sure you're engaging those abdominals while you're doing this motion. So many people fling themselves into these motions and they're not actually working the muscle they're supposed to. So just engage, and if you feel like your back is starting to come off the mat, let go at any time. Focus, bring your navel towards your spine, close that gap, tilt the pelvis in just a little bit, basically making a little less space here, and then come back to it. All right, feet down. Again, these are a little bit of an introduction into Pilates, but let's keep that flat back, abs engaged. Feel it. It's a kind of a different feeling. Pulling it in, sort of scooping the belly, and we're going to just bring our leg up and just feel that, like, without rocking your pelvis. Just feel the small movements. You can even put your hand on your belly and under your back to make sure you're not arching. If you want more challenge, you can bring the foot out further. But again, it's a lot of the core strength that we're using here and stabilization of the pelvis and hips. So smaller is better, especially in the beginning. Or some of us are just not anatomically made the way that you can do it this way, so we just do modifications. All right, from here, let's come up to a boat pose. So roll yourself up. And boat pose, you can have your legs up like this, hands here, whichever is your flavor of today. And let's do some pumps. So bring yourself just a little bit back and let's pump. In 5x5. Inhale by 5, exhale to 5. If you start to lose the form, just come back down set yourself back up when you're in good form and just continue. It's better for you to do 15 good ones than 100 bad ones. And let's bring ourselves back down, one vertebrae at a time, and windshield viper our legs just in case we created any tension. I often want to create some tension in my lower back. And plant the feet, and we'll do some bridges. So make sure you have enough space here. You don't want your feet like this or you'll hurt your knees. And hands planted alongside you. And begin to peel yourself up off the mat, squeezing the thighs and glutes to get more out of this. Belly button is pulling in towards the spine to protect it. Chest is proud. And breathe. And then bring yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Maybe giving yourself a squeeze. And plant the feet back down, hands alongside. Let's do that again. This time if you want to bring your hands underneath you and grasp them, you can do that. Well, it gives you a little bit more of a shoulder stretch, which might be a good idea from earlier today. All right, so inhale. And on an exhale, begin to bring yourself up. Again, leave your hands where they are, or you can walk your shoulders under if that's in your practice, or you want to try that today. Squeezing the legs towards each other, pressing into the mat, feeling it in your glutes. Core is engaged and tight. And one more time, bringing it down slowly. And let's just do a couple rocks until you're up. And we'll do a couple. So bring yourself here. And your hands can be behind your legs. And we're going to just do a couple rocks. So what you're going to do is you're going to rock back and then come up and stop yourself before you come to the mat. So you rock back and up. So you're using your core to stop your movement. Be sure not to roll up on the neck. So go fairly slow. The first time is hard. You're going to bring your feet down here and there. I still do too. And as you improve, you can roll with full legs. I still like to be at the intermediate beginner level with this myself. But it's really good at helping use your whole core to stop you. All right, let's release ourselves down. And let's do a supine butterfly. So bring your feet together, legs apart, and hold your core tight. Let the legs drop out. I do invite you to, if you'd like a little bit more of a restorative, bring your blocks or towels or books or whatever you use, you're creative, underneath the legs. And this gives you more of a restorative pose where your legs can relax and stretch a little bit more. It sounds kind of crazy, but it works. And we'll begin to cool down here. You can drop the ujjayi in and out of your nose breathing if you are still doing that. And breathe normally or naturally. But continuing to make sure you do take some nice inhales and exhales. Bringing your knees back together. We'll do supine twist. So the easiest version is to bring your knees in, take your right hand to your left knee, your left arm out, and drop your knees to the right. The other versions, there's many versions, but you also can put your right leg down and bring your left leg over and up. However is most comfortable for you. but the purpose is to get this nice stretch in the back. Some people also use a strap. And bring your legs back to the middle. You can bring your knees in and just drop them. Or if you want to do your own version of supine twist, feel free. This is the ending of your practice. And bring yourself back to center. Give yourself a squeeze. Roll the hips out, giving yourself some leg circles. And reverse those. And giving yourself any movement that you need here at the end. Yogi massage, yogi's choice. And you can plant the feet down on the mat. And since this was an energizing flow that I made for you to get yourself up and moving and energizing, I'm going to skip the Savasana part. However, I invite you to do that on your own if that is something that you want to end the practice with. Otherwise, I will let you stay energized, keep that blood flowing, and go into the day with a happy heart. Thank you so much for joining me, and hope to see you next time.